My day-to-day is great fun. So I have the privilege of leading our cloud platforms group. I'm the general manager across what we do in helping people build cloud infrastructures from the bare metal up. So we have Zen Server at the bottom of the stack in terms of our hypervisor and server virtualization platform. Our Citrix cloud platform that is the cloud orchestration layer built on Apache Cloud Stack. And then a cloud portal business manager that sits at the top of the stack that allows you to turn that infrastructure underlying it into an as-a-service delivery. So those three product lines are inside of my purview.
And then, because when I think Citrix, I think Zen, and now I think Cloud Stack also.
Yeah.
Are you guys? I would assume you're not hypervisor agnostic and you're not cloud agnostic, or is that the wrong way of thinking about it?
Actually, quite the opposite. We are, as a company, one of the core values is a term that our CEO coined, anyness. We're all about anyness, because we just fundamentally believe that customers deserve and require choice. And whatever they want to work with, we're going to work with. And so at the bottom of our stack with hypervisors, our Zen desktop capability has run on vSphere as well as Hyper-V as well as Zen Server for years. And obviously we
so I could have a Zen server. I could have a Zen server run on ESX.
Oh no, Zen Desktop as a workload will run on ESX just as well as Zen Desktop will run on Zen Server.
Good to know.
Now, of course, we're happy to we actually deliver Zen Server with Zen Desktop, so it's simple, it's easy to use. We'll make optimizations for Zen Server because it's our workload and we control it all the way down to the bare metal. But if a customer says, "Hey, I'm a big VMware shop," we say that's great. We're happy to work with VMware. So we're very hypervisor agnostic. So our cloud platform, based on Apache Cloud Stack, runs on vSphere, runs on Zen Server, runs on KVM, runs on Oracle VM. It's so hypervisor agnostic that we do bare metal. Right? It's just we don't care. We really don't care.
And in terms of the business side, where growth is coming from, because everybody and their brother loves to talk about cloud, but do you find that the historical Citrix, VDI, NetScaler on the network side, those customers are coming over to cloud, or are these all net new Citrix customers that you're going after?
It's interesting. The customer base we've been securing around cloud to date, I would say has really been a lot of net new Citrix customers, people that are may also be working with us in another area, but they're not working with us in cloud because they're a Citrix customer. Now we have a release coming up of our Zen desktop product that will run on top of cloud platform. On top of, based on Apache Cloud Stack. And that release coming out in early 2014 is basically going to allow us to drive cloud into our very significant install base. So we'll have literally thousands and thousands of potential customers that could now benefit from an elastic cloud infrastructure underneath this very ubiquitous workload of virtualized Windows desktop desktops and applications.
How are you pushing forward and pulling up, just on the open source of the Zen side and then pulling that up through into Zen Server?
Yeah, we just have really invested heavily in the last year around open source and doing it right. I think we learned a lot over the last handful of years about what works and what doesn't work, and what we need to do to be good shepherds of open source projects. And I think what we're seeing in terms of the revitalization, the re-energy around Zen, the Zen projects, has just been tremendous. So all that work, there's some really interesting, cool things that are happening in the Zen project now that we're going to be taking advantage of in our commercial distribution of Zen Server, and then that we then expose all the way up through Cloud Stack and Cloud Platform.
What's exciting in Zen now, just at a high level, that you're going to be exposing up? If there's something that's got you interested.
One of the cool things that's being worked on, kicked around, there are, I guess, two main threads that I'm excited about. One is around ARM. So there's just an incredible revolution coming around ARM servers and ARM infrastructure, and Zen on ARM is a really compelling solution. We have a differentiated architecture relative to other hypervisors that allow us to take advantage of that new infrastructure in a way that's difficult for others to do. And we just think it's the future. It'll take some time, but we think that trend is going to be significant, and I think Zen is really well positioned for that.
Neat.
Tons of activity in the Zen project around ARM.
And then from an OpenStack perspective, going back into history, there was, Project Olympus at one point, where Citrix was supposed to be, and then decided against it. And, guys in the media like me were like, oh, okay, this is not good. Project Olympus is now a distant memory, I would assume? Or?
It is, it's, it had, at that point in time, which now is, 2.5 years ago.
OpenStack is only 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like this, the
Time
years.
goes by so fast. We weren't in a position, and I think in hindsight, I think everybody would recognize that trying to create a certified product around the OpenStack of 2.5 years ago, which was the original idea of Olympus, just didn't work. It was just impossible. The code was too new for a software company to come in and try to productize it. Every deployment had to fill gaps and modify code, and as a software company, that just doesn't really work. That doesn't scale, so it didn't really make sense for us. And hence the move to acquire Cloud.com and get into the market with that. And so we're going to continue to push CloudStack as the leading cloud orchestration platform for our stuff. But we're here in Hong Kong. We're here at OpenStack, and the reason is because of that comment at the beginning around anyness. And we believe that let customers choose, and for those customers that are choosing OpenStack, and there are obviously plenty out there, we want to have them take advantage of all the other Citrix technologies around it. So we're highlighting what we're doing with NetScaler to integrate into Neutron, Zen, and Zen Server plugging in underneath Nova, and then Cloud Portal, our business manager that allows you to turn that infrastructure into a service and actually even offer it as a business service if you want to actually run a public cloud. We're offering Cloud Portal Business Manager in a tech preview running on top of OpenStack in addition to CloudStack and other clouds to come.
Should I think of Cloud Portal then, because you say it's a management platform, should I think of it as a superset of what you're doing with Heat, the orchestration piece, or is it at a level that's not present in this open source OpenStack project today?
Yeah, it's actually the latter. It's a layer of the stack one click up. So what Heat would provide orchestration around a particular application. This is actually a BSS OSS system. It'll plug into your billing backend. It'll allow you to, you have your service catalog. You can have a cloud product manager define different service offerings. And have it integrate into your CRM system. Somebody opens a ticket with your cloud and they have a problem. All these things, it's really a platform.
And now, currently, I think the OpenStack Foundation says that most users are using KVM for deployment. I know that the largest OpenStack clouds, however, are still using Zen. Right? Rackspace uses Zen.
Rackspace as an example.
And they are the largest, and that's by a long shot. So, from your perspective, is there anything that you need to do here or elsewhere to evangelize Zen adoption as that hypervisor choice within OpenStack?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why we're here at one of the big reasons we're here at the conference, and having big partners and customers and users of Zen and Zen Server under OpenStack make more noise about that is a big part of it. We have mutual or common engineering teams across different companies. Rackspace employs people to work on nothing but Zen Server under OpenStack, and so does Citrix. We have dedicated engineers that work on maturing Zen Server under OpenStack. And so really, more than anything, it's just getting people familiar with what's there and available, and getting the ecosystem and the mind share around it.
And then from a business perspective, are you guys currently members of the OpenStack Foundation, or are you just able to plug in because it's an open ecosystem? Yeah,
that's a great question. We're not formal members of the foundation. We are a member of the community. And I think when we joined the foundation, it would simply need to be at a stage where we were meaningfully contributing at a code level to a number of different projects, so that we don't get into OpenStack, CloudStack. What does this mean for your participation in CloudStack? We're going to continue to drive forward with Apache CloudStack.
But
we genuinely do believe in choice and letting customers take advantage of the technologies we have around OpenStack, and so that's certainly something that we can look at in the future.
And then from the Zen contribution, which was very mature at this point, for that API abstraction that plugs in, is there something that you guys need to contribute? And if you did need to contribute, do you have to be members to contribute, or is that not quite how it works?
Yeah, no, we've been active members contributing code around Zen and Zen Server into OpenStack for the last 3 years. And no, we don't have to be part of the foundation kind of formally as a company
Saves you
to be able to do that.
So why not?
Why not? But we've been active members in that, and we'll continue to do so. From a Citrix perspective, we believe in open and open as opposed to open versus open. All right, that's just a kind of a key theme that you'll hear from us all the time. Because at the end of the day, our competition is VMware. Right, so we're happy to see multiple open source projects bloom and thrive, and we think there's lots of room for that to happen. I do think there's very different approaches to the problem, and Apache Cloud Stack very much is, as you described, all about simplicity. And that's just a core principle of what it is. It's easy to manage, easy to install, easy to operate. Everything about it is about making it simple. And it was designed, that is a design principle that came with the fact that it was a product before it was a project. And here with OpenStack, it's going the other way. It's a project that many people will try to turn into a product.